Do you know what is so odd is that it doesn't have a sign with the fee, the winter fee. The winter fee for one car is $16, which I know from reading online, but it doesn't say that anywhere. It's just listing the summer group fees. I'm going to do a campground tour, but first, I am just so eager to go down the road a bit and see the other campground, the summer campground where I once stayed, where I think there's a big view of the sky, and I feel the need to go look at that and see how far it is. Here is the main entrance to the summer Dolly Copp Campground, and that's sort of the northern side of Madison approach you'd be looking at as far as mountains go. A glorious flagpole there, and I'm continuing my walk, eager to see the field. And it was 1 mile of walking. Took me a half hour, not too bad. So I hope to at least come back over here in a minute, but I don't know. Would I feel comfortable coming here in the night? We shall see. Now it is time for me to set up a tent and have something to eat. I'm just sitting here for a minute and an owl just screeched from over there. These funny tracks. Some kind of bird. These skis are called Altai Hok. They are 145 centimeters tall and somewhat wide, you can see. There are different ways of setting them up. Right now they have universal bindings on. You can step right in with any boot you like. The flip side of the ski has a built-in skin during the part of the ski where you would want traction. You cannot remove that, but that will let you go uphill. Some people see this kind of a ski as a cross between a backcountry, cross-country ski and a snowshoe, because they're kind of short. You're not going to go downhill very fast, but you can go down a moderate hill. And you're not going to go uphill like all day to the high summit, but you can get around similar to a snowshoe. Certainly I don't see these as going up the rocky, steep trails of New Hampshire's White Mountains, but I do think I could have a lot of fun at lower elevations. I used the skis to pound out my tent site, and I'm going to give that some minutes to harden up. However, since it rained 2 days and then refroze, the ground here is fairly packed down already. A normal tent stake goes in the snow and pops right out. There's nothing for it to hold on to without dirt. This is an MSR Blizzard stake. It's bigger. You can put it in that way, or you can put it in this way and then bury snow on top of it. And supposedly, even a small bit of snow like that kind of hardens up and will hold it in place. Good. I don't know if I need it or not. I went to get my food ready and my tent like started rolling away, even though I have some stuff in it now, and the thing just came right out. It's not frozen in. It's not below freezing. I better put something heavy in there. Get cell service here. 1 bar, but enough to communicate. So when I first started getting ready for this trip, I thought I would keep it to all my backpacking gear because I need to practice certain skills and such. However, the closer I got to actually doing this and packing the car, I thought, why am I not taking a few items of comfort that can fit in the car? Pretty good. One of the winter camping skills I need to practice is melting snow. From what I've read in the book, you start with a little bit of water, and then you add in the snow, clean snow. It's frozen. So I have my water in there, it's boiling, and I just, oh, that didn't go on. Okay, oops. Some of it melted right away, and there's some little twigs. Definitely working. And this is one of those kind of things you practice, but it's not the same as if it's for real. I know I don't have to drink that snow. The ranger came by and I asked him if I would be allowed to camp at Dolly Copp side. If I parked here, paid the fee, and then walked in past a closed gate with my backpack, would I be allowed to just set up my tent in that field? And he said, I'm sorry, but no, Dolly Copp is just closed for the winter. They can't just have everything going. And this is where the camping is. And the alternative to here would be backcountry camping and following all those rules. It's so loud. That's what I didn't know. I didn't know it was so loud. This should keep animals away. That was fun. It went smoother along than I thought. I mean, I thought it would be like carrying a sled, but it wasn't. It was much slicker, lighter. There's a pretty heavy load in there. I mean, my camera bag, I got the telephoto lens in there, my big tripod. It was no problem. I don't even have it hooked up correctly. It is about 4:30. Dusk is falling. I can't believe it's clear and I have a chance to see meteors. The Geminid meteor shower is the strongest of the year, I think. So I just took a couple pictures in Face and Madison, but now it's going to be a little while before the first star. Any time now would be good, meteors. You know, honestly, I'd be happy with any shooting star for right now because nothing has happened except the jogger lady went back by, and how brave is she? And here before you, you have Mount Medicine, and above that, the Milky Way. Okay, well, at first I was excited. Now I'm not excited because I've seen 0 falling stars. During the walk back, mostly I'm thinking about my tent because these winds have really picked up. And I did put some heavier things in the tent, and I tried to reestablish those tent stakes. But I'm worried. I hope it's okay. It's windy. You can probably guess which side of the tent I put the heavy things to hold it here. I need to do a better job of staking it down, I guess. The more I think about this, the more I realize I was supposed to tie guy lines all over the place, like all of these. Of course, whenever I try to video, the wind goes quiet. And then when I'm just in the quiet alone, the wind gusts down. I just saw a really good one. This meal is called mashed potatoes and gravy with beef. That is something I would never eat. I don't know why I picked this one. I don't really like it. It's got an okay flavor. It's the consistency of baby food. I'm not a mushy food person. I like crunchy food. Yeah, I wasn't going to make a fire because of the wind, but my neighbors over there have a fire, and I was really jealous. So I'm just having a little fire in the safety of the big fire pit. And it's wonderful. It's so wonderful. Feels good, and I'm so tired. No, no. Please. This is crazy. What is that in the sky? Is that snow? So it's time for me to get in my tent, and I'm just afraid, I guess, because the wind, and I was looking at the trees around to make sure they're good. When a tree is used to the wind, it actually has a different structure, like the root system and the way it grows, like it grows with the wind, like it gets used to it. Well, this is pretty much where I go to sleep, or I'm just gonna lay there. I'm not gonna be able to sleep for a while, I'm sure. These little ice pellets were pelting my tent last night. When I first wake up, I like to pack up. And the snow stakes I put in eventually got stuck in there, so now it's getting loose. And I really should have guyed out the tent everywhere. So that was a lesson learned. But these definitely were great when I finally did it correctly. I wrote to the MSR company that makes the stove, asked them a couple questions, and they said, instead of inverting it, why don't you try putting your fuel can in a water bath? As long as the water's not freezing, it'll keep the thing functioning better. And here it is, and it's hard for me to actually do that. Last night I started to pour a little water in, and the water started to freeze because the fuel can was already so cold. Oh my God, that makes me feel so nervous. It is working better. Okay. Incredible. Take that off and put the water on. Can I set that in snow? Oh. Lid. No. Dang it. Okay, let's give it a try. I'm so incredibly hungry. Hot. Edible. Ooh, that smells nice. Winter car camping is fun. This was a low risk, low fear trip. Using the Pulk was a blast. I still got in some exercise, even though I didn't go on a hike. A lot of outdoor time, and it feels good. Okay, it is time to do the Barnes Field Campground Tour. Here is the entry. It is basically a big circle and campgrounds all around the outside of the circle. In the middle is that little area of snow there. Here is site number 1, the first one on the right. This is the parking area, and then beyond there are some stairs, and over there is the picnic table and fire ring. Here are the stairs. Over there is the picnic table and fire ring. And then you get a space over there. You can barely see the camp entrance road there, so you'd see everybody driving in and driving out. And to the other way You see the road and you cannot really see the next site, even though it's not very far. So you'd hear your neighbor, but not be too bothered. Some stairs up to the water pump. Here is a water pump. I don't know if that works in winter. I brought my own water. There is a large food storage locker, you know, bare box, but quite big. Here's a big dumpster directly aside from site number 2. Here is site number 3, which is actually on the inside of the circle. There are 3 picnic tables and a giant fire ring, place to park. And there's a restroom building. Site number 4 is on the right, on the outer side, and it's really big. This is amazing. There are 3 picnic tables, a huge fire ring, and a large buffer of trees all around. This is standing in the driveway of site 4 looking inward. There'd be number 3 back and across, bathroom straight across, and I continue here. So I guess number 5 will be the next neighbor. Here is site number 5. Drive in there, big parking area, 3 picnic tables. The reason they all have 3 picnic tables and a huge fire ring is because these are all group sites. And in the summer, there would be a lot of people here possibly. So it's extra large. Here is site number 6, kind of at the back of the loop. There's a wide angle view. Once again, we have our 3 picnic tables and giant fire ring and a big area of woods. Really quite a lot extra privacy at these places, I guess for the same reason as if you had groups, they would understandably be a bit louder and need more space. I almost walked by site number 7 because it's on the inside of the circle and it's very snowy at the moment. It's directly across from site 6. Where do you park? Oh, you park there on the other side of the little number sign. There's enough area to park. And then you'd walk downhill where there is only 1 picnic table this time and fire ring, and looks like it's open. And then we'll be coming up to number 8. Oh dear, site 8 is decorated with beer cans. I might be a good Samaritan and pick those up in a little bit. What? They're not opened? That's weird. There is the parking area and some stairs. And that's all I can see. You know what? I think you have to go all the way back up the hill there to get to their site. This is what it looks like if you come up the little hill from the parking spot. Next to number 8 is number 9. Here's the drive-in parking area. This one has only 1 picnic table and fire ring, and it's sort of like okay, not quite as impressive as some of the others, and it's right next to mine, which is over there, and directly across from this one. Which one is this? On the inside is number 10. It's quite large. Here's the parking area. There are 3 picnic tables and a giant fire ring. And some beautiful woods. This one's all right, but it is on the inside and somehow doesn't feel as secluded as the others. It's nearby to a restroom and across from 8, 9, and 11 where I am. Number 11 is the last site on the loop. Has 3 picnic tables and a woodsy buffer here because there'd be nobody else on that side. And I hear a little brook, I think, down the way. Yes, indeed. As I walk farther into my site 11, I see the beautiful little brook down there. And looks like I could walk back into the woods a little ways just to explore. That might be fun. This concludes the campground tour.